Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up, it's your girl Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you really need to be listening to. There are others out there, but let's be honest, they're all trash compared to ours.
Wow.
You need to be listening to.
Wow.
And it is found right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson. And available also where podcasts can be found in the audio realm.
That's right.
We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson. We have a variety of reward tiers over there. Be sure to check them out. And we've got lots of bonus content. We've got some more but better bonus content coming up. I think we've got some new patrons too from over the weekend.
Yeah, I think we do.
So as is tradition, anybody who kicked in some hard-earned money will get a shout out right here on the show. I'm going to do that right now. Gareth Brown, Shelby Eustace, and DC, welcome and thank you very much.
Thank you all
for your support here at Going In Raw.
Yes, thank you.
As you can tell, Larson and I took a trip to the Adidas outlet.
I know, I saw you there.
I know. I have to publicly apologize.
No,
I felt so bad.
I was giving you a hard time there.
I felt so bad. I thought I saw more than I did. You asked, are the new Ultra Boosts on sale? I thought they were because I thought everything was on sale, and those were literally the only things in the shop.
No reason to apologize.
That were excluded from the giant sale at the Adidas outlet.
Any reason I get to go to the outlets and just look around, I'm
you
happy.
seemed really happy.
I like going to the outlets.
You seemed very happy.
I like going looking for discounted shoes. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
So no apology necessary.
And you had a brunch that morning?
Yeah, I was giving you a hard time.
How was your brunch?
It was really good.
Yeah.
What'd you have? I had, we got a couple things. Got some biscuits and gravy.
Good. Excellent.
Some French toast that was maybe like some cinnamon pull-apart type bread.
What's the name of that place?
Oh, Shangri-La, just down the street from here.
Yeah. Did you do a solid breakfast?
It was their first brunch service. They were just kind of testing it as a pilot.
Cool.
And it was awesome.
Good.
So they're going to start expanding, is my understanding. So some Saturday or Sunday morning, come on down to my neck of the woods, and we can go have some brunch. They had a really good, it's like, I don't know if you like Irish coffee, but it was like that, but in slushy form.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man, it had some muscle to it. It was good.
Wow, nice.
It was really good.
Awesome.
What else did we get?
Start your day off right.
Oh, it was a chicken sandwich. That was really good, too.
We have a question here in chat. Brandon Lucello wants to know,
Talk about food today.
Steve, can we sell slow Wolfpack jerseys? I had 2 games last night on the Twitch.
Oh, that's actually
1-1. Announced the big trade officially. Dennis Rodman off my squad. Take that trash out of here. Blake Griffin still getting used to the chemistry.
You said that you had some issues with all that.
Getting
on Society 6. Can you do basketball jerseys?
No, I might have to produce them, which might be expensive.
Yeah, getting custom jerseys done are a little pricey.
Yeah, so we're gonna see about that. I'd love to. I just need to grow.
Even just silkscreen are pretty pricey.
I need to grow my audience a little bit more before I do that.
Yeah.
But ideally, that'd be great.
Well, there's crossover there between Going In Raw and that. Sure. It's not strictly a Steve NBA 2K endeavor.
Here's the thing, man. I'm not sure how much legs the slow Wolfpack thing has. So I want to try to, expand the operation out as far as I can.
Well, you got to do the merchandising right away.
I know. Anyways, good stuff. Let's hop right into this.
Oh, okay.
Wrestling stuff happened over the weekend.
It did.
Also, of course, with this big WWE draft, we've got your preview coming up here in a bit.
Yeah, we're going to kick things off with some draft news before coming back around to it at the end. Hoping that WWE.com actually beefs up their Raw preview, because as of right now, it's a little thin. But let's kick things off. So, during the draft on Friday, there was those shots in the war rooms of Fox. Of course, what's the name? Rob Stone.
Rob Stone was there.
More importantly, Cletus was there. And then USA, they had war rooms where they were supposed to be filled with executives. Well, apparently, while that is kind of focusing on a typical trope of sports drafts.
They kayfabed it, yeah.
Yeah. It may not be too far off the course what actually happened. Still. Anyways, PW Insider, as reported by Lords of Pain, is reporting those war room shots may not be too far off. Because apparently WWE consulted with both of their network partners to make sure each was happy with the superstars drafted their respective brands. PW Insider adds that while the networks were briefing the picks, WWE obviously had the final say who went where.
Yeah, yeah.
So I imagine it was a situation where, like, here's a spreadsheet. So when the USA won the Fox, happy with this? No.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Yeah. Getting there. Warmer, colder, colder, colder.
Undo.
Warmer. Hot.
There we go. Everybody's happy. And then they released the preliminary draft pools just in order of everybody that came out.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, WrestleVotes had a tweet kind of about that. Quote, with the draft list blunder on Friday, I've heard WWE is trying to switch things up for tonight. Hopefully it isn't just some knee-jerk, it probably is knee-jerk reaction with, we got to throw some twists in there so it's just not the list.
Everything's a knee-jerk.
So they had plans for someone to go to SmackDown, like great push, and then go to Raw and do nothing with them.
Yeah.
Again, WrestleVotes. This is speculation on their part, but this is interesting. I'm expecting some sort of blockbuster trade to take place to try to make this year's draft look so legit, and it failed so far. Typical.
Okay, that's a little editorializing
That's
there
totally
from
editorializing, but
failed. No,
They did put a lot of effort into, like, they had the war rooms. They had Stephanie come out there in like a commissioner role to make it seem very official.
Felt more sportsy.
But then they just leaked the entire.
Okay, so yeah,
draft results.
in case people didn't watch our SmackDown review this past weekend, what happened was for the draft preview on WWE.com site, they released the entire list of both draft pools. So there was a draft pool of all the wrestlers eligible to be drafted on Friday night, and then there was a separate list including the two current big champions, Seth, Brock, and more names that are eligible to be drafted tonight on the Monday Night Raw portion of the draft. And when they started drafting and we were looking at, because we just copied and pasted what was on WWE.com, we realized that they were going in the order and according to brand, because there was a very specific draft order. Each round consisting of 5 superstars or acts was, it would be drafted Raw, SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown, Raw. And then they would start over with a Raw, SmackDown, Raw. And so it was all in rounds like that. And they had basically just, after, of course, telling, none of the superstars really knew where they were going to go,
if they didn't know,
unless you were a big name.
They would have known the day before.
If they just would have known that, they knew, WWE knew, they just didn't want to tell them because they didn't trust them without, not doing the press leaks, I'm assuming is the reason they didn't tell them. And then I think it was it before the show ended or was it after the show ended that they rearranged the list in alphabetical order?
I think it was towards the end. I want to say, I don't know, Stevie Bradley, I think, put it in the mod chat when it happened.
So that was kind of great.
If it was after the show, it was like right afterwards.
So apparently I imagine they went back in and they just, okay, well, let's, half of these, maybe we'll just do them all out of order. A couple of them we want to, really throw people off. Yeah, the thing about WWE is 99% of the time, their creative inspiration comes from stuff that happens out of their control. So like when an injury happens or somebody's gone, all of a sudden they mix it up. That's how we got Kofi Kingston's big WrestleMania moment was from a Mustafa Ali injury.
That's right.
That wasn't planned.
No.
They ran with it once they had it and they executed it pretty well.
Yeah.
But like so many times, it's like due to happenstance that they get their most inspired creative. So yeah, hopefully this blunder on part of WWE, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I'm actually shocked that the draft pool, the order, and all that stuff made its way to WWE Digital.
I know.
That's shocking to me because I feel like they're like the last people to know anything.
I know. Yeah, I know. Whenever this, I don't know. It's kind of mind-boggling that it would get there in the exact order and published in the exact order.
It's weird.
It's really weird.
Yeah, it's odd.
Like, I understand internally that's being passed around because it's been decided apparently, but before it gets filtered down to the outlets where it's going to be disseminated to the world, you got to hit random or something on that.
Yeah. What do you think? What sort of blockbuster trade could take place?
Something sending Kevin Owens back to SmackDown. That was weird he got drafted to Raw.
Yeah, he's not happy about that either. Or at least he tweeted, whether it's in character or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of irritating. That dude should be a foundational piece of a brand.
I know, especially when he just got Shane McMahon fired.
And he's turning into
brand.
He's turning into like the modern day, in that respect, he's turning into the modern day Big Show who got traded. So that's kind of ridiculous.
Or The Miz, like every time there's been a brand, seems like every time there's been a superstar shakeup since the brand split in 2016, he's moved brands.
How many times we've changed the intro like 3 times from him saying going
Raw,
in
SmackDown.
or SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
Let's see if we have to do that again.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, a lot of people here are talking about the TV listings having been changed from Becky Sasha to Becky Charlotte.
Yeah, it has yet to be confirmed by WWE, however. They may not even address it until the show begins.
Yeah, that could be.
Or they'll just ignore it altogether. Who knows?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I hope somebody, Sean Holver here says the New Day gets split up. Big E goes to Raw. I hope that's not the kind of. Sometimes they'll do really disappointing things as a way to shock you, and it's not even a way. It's not even shocking. It's like I think they split up.
It's deflating.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like splitting up the club.
It's like when they split up APA back in the day.
Yeah.
And then they split up
the Dudleys.
JR and King.
Yeah.
They split them up.
And they split the Dudleys.
And the Dudleys. It's like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do with these people? I mean, JBL obviously went on and had a pretty good run.
Yeah.
But still, everybody loved the APA.
Bubba Ray did too, but just not WWE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Before he was intimidating fans.
He was giving them, I guess.
I don't know.
Anyways,
let's talk about this. Typhoon, was it Hagibis? Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know how it's pronounced,
Something
but
like
there's
that.
a nasty, nasty typhoon happening right now.
that just swept through Japan.
Yeah.
Caused tons of damage.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah. Also affected, which is
way down list of priorities.
Insignificant compared to the humanitarian loss.
Yeah.
That happened in Japan. Also affected King of Pro Wrestling this week. Did you see that video Kota Ibushi almost getting tossed off his balcony?
Oh God, no.
I think I didn't listen to the audio, but I just saw the tweet and it said Kota Ibushi almost gets tossed off his balcony. He was I think he had his sliding door open in his apartment, I guess, and the wind was blowing and it looked like.
That sounds like a DDT Pro spot right
I know,
there.
it does.
Oh, we shouldn't be laughing, maybe.
No, we shouldn't.
Yeah.
He looked like he's pretty high up.
Oh God.
Anyways, affected the card of King of Pro Wrestling. 2 wrestlers, Zack Sabre Jr. and Jon Moxley, ran into travel complications. Weren't able to make the show, and therefore Moxley was stripped of his U.S. title. I guess that's common New Japan practice. If you have a scheduled title match, you can't make it, you lose your belt.
I think Makabe, I saw one press.
Yeah, he had the flu or something like that.
He had the flu and got stripped of the Never title.
Yeah.
So that's just how New Japan does it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't make it. I don't care why. Stripped.
Yeah.
So yeah, that went up instead in his place. Lance Archer.
Yeah, took his spot and challenged or took on Juice Robinson for the vacant
who was
U.S.
supposed
title.
to fight Moxley for it anyways.
And Lance Archer is a new U.S. champion. That's pretty cool.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, Lance Archer is the.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool. It's kind of interesting. I wonder if they're going to circle back around, maybe a Wrestle Kingdom for the Juice match. I feel like they put this on Lance Archer. Again, I don't follow New Japan nearly as much as I.
Oh, you mean because
to.
apparently Mox's New Japan contract runs through Wrestle Kingdom, so maybe they're just going to push on the Juice Mox blow off match till Wrestle Kingdom.
I feel like they probably want that big win against Mox to happen for Juice, and maybe it's still going to be for the U.S. title. Maybe Archer will drop it to Mox or something.
There's still Power Struggle coming up.
Okay, well Mox can say I didn't lose this, and Lance Archer, turn yourself in for my rematch, and then he'll win it, and then drop it to Juice for Juice's big rub at.
Or they may just say let's not worry about the belt. It's more about.
Every time I try to predict New Japan, it's very obvious I do not know what I'm talking about.
It's folly on our part.
It really is.
It really is. Another news. This is all results, so if you want to hear about it, just skip ahead a little bit, or if you're watching live here, mute. Another New Japan news. Results from King of Pro Wrestling. Kazuchika Okada successfully defended his IWGP Heavyweight title against Sonata. I heard it was an awesome match.
Yeah, they always have good matches.
Will Ospreay defeated LP to retain his IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. Kota Ibushi
sounded like a good match.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Kota Ibushi beat Evil, ensuring that he retained his briefcase and will thus face Okada. Main event, day 1, Wrestle Kingdom.
Wow.
Are we going to live stream both nights? It's a 2-day affair this year.
Yeah, we probably should.
Probably should. It's going to be brutal on our bodies.
A really bad idea.
But
what days of the week is it? Friday and Saturday?
I don't know. It's the 4th and 5th of January. I haven't looked to see.
Oh, that's right. They don't care about the.
No.
It's not like it has to be on a weekend.
No.
They have
it's
to do
the 4th
it.
and 5th, regardless.
Yeah. Let's see here.
And then.
congrats! Yeah, awesome. So it's going to be a Friday night and Saturday night for us.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And then Minoru Suzuki defeated Jushin Liger. And I don't know. Hopefully, we'll get another match between the two of them at Wrestle Kingdom. It's supposed to be Liger's final Wrestle Kingdom. He's retiring.
The way the finish went down, it seems like that's probably going to be it for these two.
Oh, yeah. It seemed definitive based on what I read.
Yeah, I just saw some. This is how I consume New Japan these days, is through stills and GIFs on Twitter. And that's horrible. I really should.
I'm going to try to watch it. I'm going to try to catch up on it this week.
I say that every New Japan show, and it never happens. So I need to really do that. I need to start doing that. Anyways, no, it seemed cool, though. Like, at the end of the match, Suzuki won. And then he grabs a chair, and a bunch of young lions are tending to Liger. And he clears the ring, and he's got the chair, and it looks like he's going to bash Liger. And instead, he puts it down, and he bows. He gets on his knee, and he bows to him. And out of show, obviously, respect.
Yeah.
And then,
but it wasn't Kishin Liger.
No. He had, but he didn't have his mask on, right?
It was a different mask.
I thought he had, like, red paint on or something.
No, it was a mask.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it looked like a mask.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's cool, too.
So maybe we'll get Kishin Liger against Suzuki.
Yeah, it could be.
I was actually kind of surprised it wasn't Kishin Liger here.
I thought it was going to be the Kishin Liger.
Yeah, I thought so, too. I don't
know. So, anyways, good stuff.
Yes.
I really need to watch. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's a red mask. Okay. The ones I saw were further away. Well, that's cool. So, yeah. Anyways, man, before we continue, here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, Untuck It. Larson.
Yeah?
I know you're like me and don't like to tuck in your shirts.
No.
But have you ever thought and wondered why traditional button-up shirts seem so long and baggy?
Mm-hmm.
It's because they were never meant to be worn untucked.
Ah, but thankfully Untuck It is the brand we've been looking for, Steve.
Nice.
Untuck It shirts were specifically designed to be worn untucked and provide a modern solution to an old problem with no tucking or tailoring required.
Untuck It offers more than 50 fit combinations. So no matter your size or shape, they've got a shirt that's the perfect untucked length.
Yeah, I've had trouble finding button-up shirts that fit well. They're either too baggy and then too long, or too short and then too tight. But Untuck It has completely changed how I buy shirts, and the online ordering experience was super easy, and the selection of shirts was really darn impressive.
Yeah, and right now, friendos can try out Untuck It at one of their 50 stores or go to untuckit.com to get started. You can save 20% on your first order by using promo code GIR at checkout, and Untuck It even offers free shipping and returns on all orders in the United States.
Again, that's untuckit.com and use promo code GIR to get 20% off your first order. Thanks to Untuck It for sponsoring today's show, and you're really helping out Going In Raw by going to untuckit.com and using promo code GIR.
So after that, let's just talk about some ratings, because that's fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
There's actually some interesting stuff here.
Yeah.
Some good news for NWA Power.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
This is great.
That is great news. Some less than great news from SmackDown, but to be expected, they'll say, take a bit of a dip.
Yeah.
Tuck under 3 million viewers.
That was okay.
Yeah, well, that was all right.
You tried, man.
I tried. Anyways, ratings for week 2 of Friday Night SmackDown are in, and they are down.
Mm-hmm.
Viewership fell to about 2.9 million and dropped about 1 million viewers. That's a lot. That being said, Deadline is reporting that it topped all their network shows in that coveted 18 to 40 demographic on a Friday night.
Shocking.
So that's good.
Yeah, it's not just
silver lining.
It's not just all the 50-year-olds in the country watching.
I wonder if it dominated. No, I don't know. What else? Is NCIS on Friday night?
Is Matlock on Friday night?
I don't know. Matlock reruns, Murder, She Wrote.
Maybe it's
reruns.
on too late for people.
That could be.
Over 50. They all go to bed at like 7.
Yeah, I don't know.
They got to get up for that early bird.
We're not that far away from 50.
It's shockingly close.
I know.
I am terrified, man. I'm terrified. I was looking at Lacey and I's our wedding book yesterday. I was at my parents' house. Mom hooked up some food, and I was looking through it with Alabama, and I was like, man, I don't feel much older than I was 7 years ago, but holy crap. Look at I would looked way younger 7 years ago.
I know.
So did you.
I know. Even just 3 years ago, there wasn't all this gray in this beard.
Life happens quick, man.
It does. Comes at you fast. Anyway, SmackDown down. Anyways, as far as the NWA Power, Fightful Select has some info on that. Quote, Fightful has obtained updated NWA Power viewership numbers. The first episode is at almost 475,000 views overall, with 381,000 coming from YouTube and 94,000 from Facebook. NWA reps were happy with the numbers earlier this week. and we were told to expect more of a push from the YouTube side of things. That's actually really, really good.
That's really good. I know. And it got nothing but positive buzz and positive word of mouth. In fact, even Walter tweeted out, I really liked this NWA Power.
Yeah, he did.
I will show up there, and I will be the champion forever.
Yeah, I saw that too.
It's funny. Meltzer had a little write-up about NWA Power in the newsletter, and he was saying, that there's no way they can keep this up. I know it's
what the viewership numbers or just like
everything
the show?
that's not AEW, man.
Like what couldn't they keep up?
He was talking about financially speaking, if they don't get TV, that's not going to work. And my thought to that was, do you remember the scene in Citizen Kane when Kane was talking to Leland about if the paper continues to lose money, he'll be broke in 60 years.
Yeah, and he says it with a smirk.
Exactly, because 60 years obviously is going to be dead, and who cares? This is the Smashing Pumpkins guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just going on a solo tour, man.
You think
this is the Fun Power tour.
This is a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
To a guy like Billy Corgan.
Yeah, who's worth tens of millions of dollars.
I'm sure he'll be fine, and NWA Power will be. This guy can probably afford to produce NWA Power just for himself and doesn't have to broadcast it anywhere and still be fine, and he'll lose money after 60 more years.
An hour-long show, put 5 ads in it. I mean, they're not making enough to recoup their cost, but that could potentially be a decent chunk of change.
I'm sure even if it broadcasts to nobody, he could probably be just fine and live a luxurious lifestyle that Robin Leach would love to talk about. He'll be fine. But if the point of NWA, maybe you want Meltzer, if the point of NWA was to make money, which I don't know that Billy Corgan cares about that. This honestly is the most passion project I've ever seen in wrestling.
Yeah.
Nothing about it screams, I'm looking for that TNT money.
No.
No. So I don't know. Maybe maybe he is thinking of this. Hey, I want to make $1.01 on this. He said that he has a 20-year plan, which I think means that he's ready to invest whatever. For 20 years to make it a viable entity. Yeah. But I don't think it's in the short term in any danger of being shut down.
No.
In any event, these initial it'd be great, man. It'd be so awesome if NWA was able to find a way to monetize the crap out of that. Because again, just another avenue for wrestlers to make money.
Another place for wrestlers can go to make that money.
You got Eli Drake doesn't want to fight Tessa Blanchard. He can go to NWA and make money there. And there's all sorts of like people I've never even heard of on that first show. That tag team, the Dawsons, I'd never heard of them.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They related to Scott Dawson.
I don't think so, but you never know. Big Hoss dudes.
Oh, interesting. So let's talk this WWE draft. We got Raw preview here too. First, yesterday, WWE announced more picks had been made after Friday's SmackDown, despite WWE's insistence that anybody who wasn't taken on Friday was now a free agent.
Yeah,
whatever.
I know.
Anyway, here are the results. Going to SmackDown, Apollo Crews, Drew Gulak. That's great news. Heath Slater, Tamina, and the B Team all going to SmackDown. Going to Raw, EC3. Eric Young and Sin Cara.
Yeah. Apollo Crews tweeted out, Tom Brady was taken in the sixth round.
Yeah.
And then EC3 responded by saying, well, Tom Brady was put in the game and allowed to play. Oh, man. Somebody put him in the game, man.
I know.
I want to see EC3 go.
I know.
Ugh.
I know. Let's get this 2-item Raw preview out of the way, and we can talk who's in the draft pool for tonight, Steve.
Sounds good. I'll start.
All right.
Lynch and Banks, allegedly now.
Maybe Charlotte.
Maybe Charlotte to renew hostilities and determine first pick on night 2 of WWE Draft. Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks are headed to separate shows, but they'll face off one more time tonight on Raw. This time, their rivalry's latest chapter determines which brand gets the first pick to begin night 2 of the WWE Draft. Becky will represent Raw after being selected first overall on Friday SmackDown, while the Blueprint battles on behalf of the Blue brand. Both women are sure to be feeling the effects of their brutal Hell in a Cell match for Lynch's Raw Women's Championship just 8 days before this battle. The boss may have come up short in her bid for the title, but not without leaving her mark on the man. Who will emerge victorious in what could be the final clash between these bitter rivals? Tune into Raw tonight at 8, 7 Central on USA Network to find out.
The Viking Raiders to challenge Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode for the Raw Tag Team titles. For months, the Viking Raiders had laid waste to every tag team that stepped into the ring with them, from former Raw Tag Team champions like the B-Team, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, and the OC, to the current title holders, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. Next week on Raw, they will finally get the chance to complete their quest. Following a non-title victory over Ziggler and Roode on Monday, Rowe and Hansen have received their first opportunity at the Raw Tag Team Championships. To say Ziggler and Roode have their work cut out for them is an understatement. Nobody has been able to solve the Raiders, but the title holders' veteran savvy and underhanded tactics might just be enough to stave off the onslaught that could be coming their way. Of course, Raw's other tandems likely thought they could outsmart the Viking Raiders, and we all know how those teams ended up.
Yeah.
2 in Raw. It says next week on the second night of the WWE Draft to see who emerges as Raw Tag Team Champions.
Somebody needs to get into the WWE and just clean up. Just clean it up.
Yeah.
I need somebody just to clean up.
Like
I don't even know what that means.
Usually
just
at
clean
this
it
time
up.
of day, there's like, basically you can tell what's going to happen on Raw based on the preview.
Yeah.
2 items.
Yeah. They don't know.
They don't know.
That's what it is. They don't know.
They don't know. Anyways, let's talk draft pool.
You think
Raw's
somebody
draft
got
pool.
fired for leaking that? For leaking.
That's honestly the least of their problems, man.
I wonder whose fault that was.
I don't know. That's honestly the least of their problems. All right, this is the draft pool for tonight. Steve, you want to just pick who's going to go where?
No, man, because I know who's going to go where.
No, they're going to mix things up.
I don't think they are.
I think they are.
I mean, here's the thing. The first... Okay, let's do this. Because it's kind of obvious. I'm trying to respect people who don't want spoilers. I think they will mix it up. I think the first 5 are kind of obvious. They're the first 5 people on this list, but it's like on any list, these are going to be the first 5 acts to go anywhere. Obviously, Universal Champion Seth Rollins. He's going to go to Raw. Is there any chance? Let me ask this. Is there any... Well, no, I guess not. Becky's on Raw. And they're probably going to want to keep them happy, so they're probably going to keep them together.
Yeah, he's
so
got
like
the
a
Universal
blockbuster
title.
trade isn't going to be Brock and Seth switching spots.
No.
Universal title can't go to SmackDown.
No, it's
Mainly because...
It's red. It's got a red.
You know, they
belt.
could just change it to a blue belt.
They could. In that case, they could, but like, it still doesn't eliminate like the women's titles. Like, would they trade belts if they got selected to the opposite brands?
Okay, so that's probably not going to happen. SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte. Well, she's not the SmackDown Women's Champion anymore, so it's just I'll put former here.
Former, there you go.
Former.
Recent.
So
let's read the draft pool again. This is in order. They put it on Friday, so the actual draft order might not deviate too far from that.
At this point, they will probably switch a lot of these up.
Yes,
they'll probably switch a lot of these up.
So draft pool: Seth Rollins, he's going to stay on Raw. Brock Lesnar, he'll be on SmackDown. Charlotte Flair, seems like she's probably going to Raw.
She's going to go to Raw.
Titus O'Neil.
That's the interesting one. That's got to mean something weird is going to happen there, right?
Maybe.
That's got to happen.
Entirely possible. Shinsuke Nakamura, of course, right now, AJ Styles is on Raw, so you would think that would mean Nakamura is going to be on SmackDown. However, maybe tonight we'll get a Kofi versus AJ U.S. title match. Mm-hmm. Bring that U.S. title over to SmackDown. Nakamura to Raw, maybe.
I like this, though. It says Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura with Sami Zayn. So he's just attached to Nakamura now. As I guess kind of a
manager, essentially.
Manager, yeah.
Aleister Black, we've heard that.
That would be very interesting.
Paul Heyman wants him on Raw.
Okay, hold on a second.
What?
Okay, that would play out. That would play out.
Yeah. The New Day, hopefully they stay on SmackDown, and hopefully they stay together.
Yeah, that's the more important thing. They stay together. Although, the idea of a Biggie solo run just away from the New Day. Kind of fascinating.
It would be fascinating.
Assuming there's a push.
Yeah.
Like a big push.
Assuming there's a plan. Daniel Bryan, he should stay on SmackDown.
He should. Oh, yeah, because...
Drew Gulak's there.
Drew Gulak.
We want that match. Bayley, she's SmackDown Women's Champion. She's going to stay in SmackDown.
Definitely.
See, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan are listed here as separate entries, but hopefully they stay together because I think they'll have a better chance for success together as a tag team.
Something tells me that, like, because they're listed back to back in this thing, they were just going to go together.
Maybe. Although all the other tag teams are listed together.
Yeah.
The Miz, he switches brands every time there's a superstar shakeup or draft, so he's probably going to SmackDown. Ali, wherever he goes to get a push, please.
Yeah, I know.
King Corbin, he's probably staying on Raw. Elias, your Raw Tag Team Champions, Rudolph, they're staying on Raw. Samoa Joe.
On the other hand, they could drop those titles and then move to SmackDown. That's a possibility.
Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Does it matter where they go?
No, I mean those women's tag titles are supposed to be cross-brand.
Mm-hmm.
Rusev, Cedric Alexander, same with Cedric as long as he goes somewhere to get a push. Rey Mysterio, he's probably going to SmackDown because of the Kane-Brock feud. R-Truth, Carmella, AOP, Apollo Crews. Well, he just got drafted to SmackDown. Drafted. Andrade, Liv Morgan, Jinder Mahal, I guess he's back from injury. Buddy Murphy, Mojo Rawley, No Way Jose, Dana Brooke, Shelton Benjamin.
The main event players.
Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. The Iconics, Sarah Logan, Fire and Desire, and Drake Maverick. But again, if they're going to mix things up, they might knock some people out of draft pool, bring some other people up. Who knows?
The real question, of course, is... I would assume, I think that the lock here is Aleister Black. So Charlotte's going to be on Raw, which means the other three people in her life, Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, and Andrade, all are going to stay on Raw also. I assume that's sort of a lock. Unless they might do something, and I think this would be a bummer, but they might separate, as in shocking, could be separating Andrade. No, they wouldn't do that because they're married. Okay, never mind. I could see him doing something stupid like separating Andrade and Zelina Vega.
Well, they could do that.
Yeah, but they can't because if Aleister Black is going to go to Raw, wherever Charlotte goes, everybody else has to go.
Charlotte might go to Raw, though.
Charlotte's probably going to go to Raw.
Oh, that's why Andrade would have to go to Raw.
Everybody else has to go with her.
Man.
Because Andrade then has to go, and Zelina has to go.
Yeah. All these moving parts. They have
all
to
these
accommodate.
moving parts, I know. Where do you think Drake Maverick's going to fall? Is he going to be undrafted, and he's going to be his story's going to be that, or is he going to be Mr. Irrelevant, and he's going to be dubbed Mr. Irrelevant, and that's going to be the gag there? It's going to be one of those things.
Maybe it'll be the deal. It was like, well, we'll sign you if you win a 24/7 title or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe.
Unless, I could see maybe Buddy Murphy will be Mr. Irrelevant, and then he'll use that as like a chip on his shoulder thing.
Whatever gets him on TV, man.
Mm-hmm.
As long as there's a story and they get him on TV.
Yeah. All right, let's do some questions.
Yeah.
Some super chats.
Dylan Haggett, you guys still going to cover NXT UK? It's on Thursdays now.
Is there another question that we can answer?
Wow. That was Steve's favorite show for the longest time.
No, here's the thing, man. It's just
there's too much.
It's on Thursdays, and we're trying to focus on producing sort of. So we've got our podcast schedule, but as you guys saw, and it got such a great reception. The draft, our mock draft this Saturday, which my dad, by the way. He was like, for whatever reason, he says, I don't really like telling you when I'm really impressed with your stuff. He says, but apparently he was on YouTube, and I think because he's seen some of our stuff, it showed up as a recommended.
Yeah.
And so he said, I turned it on. He was like, that was a stroke of genius. He was really into the Jesse and Burl thing. Oh. So people were really into that. But that's the kind of thing we want to mix things up here on the channel a bit more.
Exactly. And the part of that is like the draft. It wasn't hard to do. It just took time.
It took time. Yeah. So. All that. Yeah. That stuff takes time. And we want to do more stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so some things are going to go by the wayside, and it's like, I have literally forgotten about UK the last 2 weeks, and it sucks. I'm not happy about that. But it's just sort of kind of the way it happened. I didn't watch 205 this past week.
Yeah, I haven't either.
So we'll see.
Dylan's
still figuring out this whole schedule.
Yeah, Dylan, again, Spotify has NWO theme, Rock House 5-alarm music.
Oh, and that's another thing. Hold on to point this out about the draft. I'm going to, for every Monday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to whip up. We're going to do this now, but going forward, I'm going to whip up a little draft stinger for our draft section. This is a real thing we're doing every single week.
Mm-hmm.
We're tracking these our picks. A lot of people gave me crap for my picks. However, Larson,
you're up.
What's the result?
35-17 right now.
Week 1, based on one show,
SmackDown.
I won the first week with my picks.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is it's the Cody Miles point system with
a
some
couple additions,
alterations.
yeah.
We commiserated. And we're going to keep track of all these matches through WrestleMania.
Correct.
And then maybe after Mania we'll do another draft.
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
It's possible.
You might see Jesse and Burl back at some point.
I hope so. I like those characters. So yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. So first update for the draft. Steve is up 35-17.
Correct.
Are we doing it? Are we doing total points up till then, or are we doing?
What do you mean?
Like who's winning per week?
Yeah, we'll just do total points for the season.
Okay, that sounds right.
That's fine.
Okay, and then
Whoever has fewest points gets first waiver priority. I'm dropping the Hardys, picking up Street Profits.
Oh wow. Okay. Crap. Who am I going to drop? Where's the sheet?
I have access to it.
Oh no, do I?
No.
Oh no. Oh wait, I do have. I did my own draft thing.
Oh,
where's
have
my
access.
sheet?
You should have access to the results.
Draft. I thought I called it draft cheat sheet.
It's in there.
I've got draft cheat sheet right here. Oh, I don't have results though.
It should be in the usual source.
Draft season. That's Cody. Is this right here? Is it this right here? No, this.
Go to that. Go
this-
to that one.
this
No,
one?
Go to the Cody Miles one. Go to that.
This one?
Yeah, go to that one.
Really?
No,
This
wait,
one?
never mind. That's not ours.
That's Cody Miles. That's
I think it's just called results.
results.
Yeah, it should just be in the usual folder.
Oh no. Okay. Results.
Well, Ember Moon might be
Here
out
we
for a
go.
while. She has some sort of Achilles
I
injury.
know.
So that's a bummer.
Let's see here. I was SmackDown. Let's see here. I am going to. Wow. I'm just going to hold pat for now.
All right.
I need to get rid of Ember Moon somehow. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. So this is-
I have signed Street Profits, though.
Street Profits, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, see how that works. They seem to be inebriated every day, which, in my experience, has been a positive if you want to get ahead in a wrestling business.
Great pickup for Ann Larson.
All right.
DKC returns. Hope you boys had a good weekend after a long week. Had brunch on Saturday. Went to Apple Hill yesterday. That was kind of exhausting, actually.
Ray Bostaff says, so you're not going to talk about Ring of Honor? Do we ever?
Oh, PCO's challenging for the title. He beat Marty Scurll in the finals of that tournament they had.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no. There's like an order of priorities, and that's like last. Let's see here. Yeah, I had a good weekend, too. It was awesome. I went to the Adidas outlet and bought everything they had because everything was 50% off except for what he wanted.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Gregory Faea just found out Yoshi Tatsu legit beat up Sheamus for not cleaning the dishes when they lived together. That's interesting.
It sounds like a situation we almost got into a few times when we were living together.
I know, right?
Joshua Martinez, this bums me out. Went to Cal's show yesterday in Eugene. Sadly, he dislocated his shoulder in the main event, but came out after the show and delivered a great promo. Hope.
So I saw that, and I texted him, and I said, is your shoulder okay? He said, it's okay. He said, it did dislocate. We had to stop the match, but I popped it back in place and came out and cut a promo to the crowd as they were leaving about how hard and tough this business is. Literally the best promo I've ever cut, and people popped louder and cheered harder than anything that happens in any of the matches. Hopefully Cal is okay with me talking about all this. He says, I'm going to get it evaluated next week.
Yeah, hoping for the best, Cal.
Yeah. He says he has full rotation, and the pain is only uncomfortable at worst.
Good.
So,
Dylan, for some reason, Rowan and Harper are listed as individuals in draft pool. Yeah, I know, which makes me think they might be split.
well, Vince doesn't like what's his face. So Harper,
So, I know.
Yeah, he needs to. Yeah, he's probably not gonna be on TV.
Nick C had a blast at SmackDown. So glad I got to see 205 live. Yeah, man.
Oh, good. Yeah, 205 is terrific. It's really good. And then I heard that some of the 205 players attacked Orton and maybe Kevin Owens or something during the dark match.
Interesting.
I just read that on Twitter. I have no idea if it's true.
Interesting.
Hopefully it is.
I mean, Nick C can confirm here.
Nick C.
Rich Hardesty, Larson roasting me in fantasy football. I am actually winning this week.
Oh, good job. Well done. I beat Stephen Wild's Scoops, but that's not difficult to do.
Really not much
It's
to
not
brag
difficult.
about, man.
And I'm still really low on points.
Yeah, I should win in that particular fantasy league.
Let's see here. I've got like 2 players on bye next week. I'm
No.
playing Hilton, so might not be a good week for me next week.
Maybe not.
All right, let's hit the Twitter here. Maggie, what's one surprise you hope happens tonight with the draft? Can be totally unlikely, but would make you mark out.
Oh, swap Brock and Seth.
I'm going to say Aleister Black is taken with the first pick.
There you go.
Totally unlikely, but it would symbolize that maybe big things are afoot.
Could
for him.
Yes. Renegade Soul, is MJF too good as a heel? He personally gives me turn off TV heats in a similar vein. Callahan drew the ire of some fans a year prior. Nah, man.
Oh, no, I think he's
MJF
terrific.
is wildly entertaining.
I think he's getting these face pops just so that the heat's going to be nuclear on him when he eventually turns on Cody.
Oh, man, that's going to be huge. Oh, that's a good question from there at the bottom. Who are 5 friendos each of you would pick for a 5-on-5 Steve versus Larson basketball showdown?
I'm going to go, my number one pick is D Minor.
Mm-hmm.
I get the feeling, because he plays a lot of 2K, but he's also really tall.
Yeah, he's pretty tall.
I feel like he might be decent at actual basketball.
The Sean Ross Sapp count.
Yeah.
I'll take him.
Is he any good? Do we know if he's good or not?
He played at the ball in thing in Chicago.
Okay.
He played basketball.
Okay.
Played basketball.
My next pick is going to be Alex C.
I'm going for the celebrity team apparently.
Yeah, Alex C. He's just really tall.
True.
Like even if he probably can't play, I'll just go down low. I'll throw it to you and then just aim for the square.
Yeah. I don't know who plays ball. I don't know who plays basketball.
Yeah, I don't know. Either talk or move on.
All right, let's move on. I'll think about that.
Juan Guerrero Jr. Predictions for AAA's Heroes Immortales event this
Phoenix
weekend.
is going to win.
He says he's standing by his pick that Kenny beats Phoenix for the Mega Championship.
Interesting. Rich Hardesty said he can run point, so I'll have Rich Hardesty on my team.
Okay, good.
He'll run the point.
Mr. Triple Mania, I am not going to disagree with him, so I'm going to say Kenny Omega might become Mega Champion. That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Breakout Blake Elizondo asks, have you heard Hogan's retelling?
Oh, I got Brandon Lusala. He played college basketball.
Well, you can't just pick. I pick him because you just pick like 3 people in a row.
Oh, okay.
And literally, he said, Steve, pick me.
All right, here. Then I'll have Mr. Dope.
No, I get him too because you already got like 5 people.
No, I didn't. I only picked one person.
What a squad I have. Mr. Dope, Brandon Lusala.
No, I have Mr. Dope. You can't have both Mr. Dope and Brandon Lusala. You get one.
Alex C's my Shaq Daddy.
You get one.
We got to watch that. Hogan's own personal retelling of the Montreal Screwjob.
Wait, Hogan?
Apparently, that's a corner. Yeah.
Why does he have a retelling? He wasn't there.
What does it matter? What does it matter?
Is he going to somehow be involved in the whole thing?
Probably amazing.
Oh, my
I
God.
was sitting there at dinner with Vince's brother.
He was in WCW.
And he said, I've got this problem on my hands, Hulkster, and it's Bret Hart. He's about to expose the business, brother. I said, I don't never like Bret Hart. Got to get that title off him.
Wow. Lord Ziffer, would you guys rather see Ciampa versus Balor a number 1 contenders match, or just skip it and have a triple threat with Cole for the NXT Championship? Who goes over in either situation?
Zach Stolpa, he's getting mad. I'm not going to draft him. Don't draft him.
Who?
Zach Stolpa. You just be arguing over the rules. What's that? What's the question?
Do you want Ciampa versus Balor number 1 contenders match or triple threat?
I want the triple threat.
Yeah, it's probably gonna head towards triple threat.
That'd be good. That'd be really good. But they need to get Balor on TV.
I know.
They need to get these things moving, man.
Yeah, his vacation I would think would be over. AO Worm asked, you heard about Master P buying House of Glory Wrestling? Yeah, that's incredible. Master
P buys House of Glory. That's not garbage. Nah. My JD impression. Mr. Sinister. Now that so what's going to happen with 24/7 and women's tag team titles? Now that SmackDown and Raw have their own exclusive rosters, I kind of feel like they're of such little importance to Vince, not to me, but to Vince, that it's kind of like that's one area of crossover that's really not going to matter that much. I hope that's not the case. I hope they have amazing feuds and they do something significant with it.
Yeah, no.
But I kind of feel like it's one step above the 24/7 titles, which sucks, but I kind of feel like that's the case.
Nikyle has a question about our draft. Do you guys get points for the wrestlers you choose regardless of which brand they are on? Yes. because you picked the OC to SmackDown, but they are on Raw.
Yeah, no,
Just based on what they do and whatnot on the show.
Yeah. I mean, we could have easily just called it Team Steve and Team Larson.
Yeah, pretty much, but what fun is that?
Yeah.
Joseph Avery, I just wanted an excuse to wear my red jacket, essentially. Joseph Avery, with Pyro making its comeback, power rank your top 5 entrance pyros of all time. Entrance pyros. It's probably all WrestleMania stuff, though, unless we're just talking the usual entrances.
Yeah, like let's just go with the usual entrances.
Well, Brock needs to have pyro. If he does this and there's no corresponding pyro, it's useless.
Well, there's also that gif of him like up on the apron, and he goes like this, and then pyro goes off.
Yeah, it's like all
looks like it's coming from his front area.
Yeah, he needs to have pyro.
I feel like Batista, but you know what? I say Batista over Brock because he's got a machine gun.
I know,
and it goes off with that.
So those are 1 and 2. I feel like DX needs because
that was going to be number 3.
Pyro
that was going to be number 3.
And then Sid,
with
the Sid that comes down
with the
Sid
in
the ring.
It's the word Sid.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Greg Morris first said, "Hey Steve, you seemingly crapped the bed with that Ember Moon pick." Well, you know what, Greg Morris, it's not a question. So then he moved on and he said, "Okay, would you rather see Cesaro leave WWE or move to NXT?"
NXT UK.
Which was what Nathaniel J said, and I agree with both of you.
Oh, cool.
Mark Modleski. Thoughts on new wrestlers like Walter and Dijak and people who are in 2K19 like Killian Dane being omitted from the 2K20 roster? Killian Dane tweeted out his dismay at that.
Like we heard in the past that I think for NXT talents that if they didn't want to be in it, they didn't have to be in that. Maybe why Ciampa wasn't in it year before.
Yeah.
Because he was in the midst of his heel run and probably didn't want to have people play as him when he's huge heel. But if that has changed, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the only we got like I sort of last time we were there, they sort of alluded to like it's out of 2K's. From what I understand, it's out of 2K's hands. So regardless of the reasons, it's coming, I believe, from WWE.
There's an interesting question from the local hero. What is the maximum you would pay for a hot dog or sausage from a street vendor? It's
exclusively based off how hungry I am. That's exclusively what it's off of. If it's like, I mean, I'm not going to pay. I'd say like 20 is my upper limit.
Wow.
If I'm starving, then it's like 20.
Wow.
But also I'm not going to starve, so it might even be more than 20 because it's like dire situation. My car's not working.
$5.
Wow. You're just going to tough it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till I get home.
I'd probably like $20. And it'll probably be like, here's the thing. When you're that hungry, it's probably worth $20 because it's probably amazing.
It might be, but knowing that the value proposition, if you take your hunger out of it, it's probably $5 is
live and let live, man. Carpe diem or something.
I'm telling you how much you need to pay. I wouldn't be there and like step in like, Steve, no, you should not be paying $20 for this hot dog. This is not a good value proposition for yourself.
Well, if I'm like super hammered, then I would expect you to maybe help me out a little bit.
In this case, no, you're on your own. Sean Holver, I have a feeling New Day gets split tonight. If it happens, do you think Biggy should turn heel and be the top challenger for the Universal title on Raw?
I think the first thing, no, but the second thing, yes.
Yeah.
He should be the top title guy. But here's the thing. Nobody likes Seth anyways. So just have Biggie come out and like list the reasons why nobody likes Seth.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go.
Taylor Sexton, does releasing the draft pools take a lot of drama out of the draft? And if they draft someone that isn't in the pool, Johnny Gargano or an NXT star, doesn't that destroy any credibility the draft might have?
Number one, the draft has zero credibility.
Yeah.
There is nothing credible about this draft.
Yeah, it's all predetermined.
Yeah.
Adrian C. says $5. Bacon wrapped from the carts in L.A.
No, that's totally, everybody has. I'm just saying, man, if I'm super hungry, I'll go to 20.
Wayne Maker says Carpe Diem is seize the day.
Yeah, it's good.
That's not what you said.
Live and let live. Same thing, basically. Seize the moment.
Isn't that c'est la vie?
C'est la vie. Sure. Yeah, no, I didn't think that I didn't think that Carpe Diem meant live and let live. C'est la vie. I was just throwing out a bunch of cliches as a joke.
Yeah, okay. You're on your own.
Let's see here. $20, probably, man. That'd probably be an amazing dog.
And you wake up next day and it was like, Where'd my $20 go? Oh, you bought a hot dog with it.
I wonder if Wayne told his girl when he locked her out of the apartment, Carpe Diem.
Say la vie.
Say la vie. Say la vie. By the way, I'm never letting that one go.
Which one?
Him locking his girl.
Oh, I know. I could tell.
Say la vie is that's life. Say la vie. That's life.
Oh, man.
Oh, let's see here. Mikhail, how would you book Drew Gulak on SmackDown? As either foe or friend to Daniel Bryan.
Or both.
I want them in the ring together.
Yeah, they need to have
both,
a match for several. Best of 7 series against Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm. Akdas Mukadam? Why has everyone been hating the Saudi shows? I know the shows aren't very good, but did I miss something? Well, I mean, it's more just the philosophy of the Saudi government, who doesn't have a terrific human rights record. In fact, it's a really bad one.
Yeah, and there's
using the WWE as a propaganda arm.
Essentially, and then there's the murder of a journalist.
Yeah, there's some real tough stuff there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty well.
And
but also, on top of that, the show's never really seen that.
Yeah, so we just choose to not cover them.
We decided to turn a negative to a positive and just do charity streams instead. And we've raised thousands of dollars for wonderful charities.
Yes.
So that's what we do.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Wait, what? What's this cricket ad on there?
Local hero tweeted us this Cricket Wireless ad. Said, does this look like Charlotte in any universe? Why does that not look like Charlotte?
Like it kind of does.
It looks like a Charlotte Halloween costume.
That's weird.
That's odd. That's really
strange.
weird.
That is weird.
It's like somebody took
It's like
Charlotte
there's elements of Charlotte there.
and they just added like some Scarlet Bordeaux to it a little bit.
That's weird.
That's really weird.
That is really weird. I don't get that.
Let's see here. Employed and Fixer Roy. Friendos, what do you think about using the Joker plot for the new Bray gimmick? I have not seen the Joker movie, so I cannot comment on what the plot was to Joker.
Neither can
I know there's a talk show involved of some sort with Robert De Niro, but beyond that.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I know there's some dancing down some steps.
Yeah, I've seen that in the poster with Gogurt.
Yes, Gogurt. And from what I understand, the movie's making a ton of money.
Yeah.
I have not purchased a ticket yet.
Nor have I. I probably won't.
I might. But still, my question is, I want Batman. Not really a question.
Well, I heard that it may not be Batman, but it's kind of close.
Yeah, but, c'est la vie.
Carpe diem, Steve. Go watch The Joker.
Carpe diem. C'est la vie. The Great Czar. If Sasha Banks is hurt again, how much risk does she have of not getting the title for a long time due to seemingly too many injuries or too injury prone?
No, she's a huge star. I think that that kind of trumps everything else.
Yeah. Tim Anderson, of the ones you've seen, who has the worst looking model in WWE 2K20? There's a Io Shirai picture right here. It really doesn't look terrific. James Darnell, Pulse, tweeted out a series of stills of different faces, and the Edge one takes the cake.
Oh, I gotta look at this.
It's again. Hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. By the way, a lot of Tony Pizza Guy, Pulse, and Macho T all have some terrific 2K20 content. Go check those out if you're interested in the game. But so far, this seems horribly underwhelming. They don't have...
Who is that even? Trent Seven?
It's Trent Seven and Hardy Scroll. Look at that underbite for Edge.
I mean, I can kind of... Like this, I popped this up. Like, I don't even know who this is. Like, that's Macho Man because of the haircut. That's Warrior because of the face paint.
Yeah.
This could be a creative character for all I know. Is this Trey?
It's if I drunkenly... Is that Trey? I drunkenly created Trent Seven in the game, and it took about 5 minutes.
I mean, at least like this one, I could tell they're trying to go for Edge.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I guess that's like the hair color's all wrong.
The hair color. That dude has blonde hair. Why did they put him a picture of Akira Tozawa with blonde hair?
I don't know.
Man, I'm telling you, they paid him nothing this year. They said, "Oh, what's our budget this year?" It's not.
Not KM says the Joker is just falling down for juggalos.
That's awesome. What a great. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, and they don't have. They're gonna later on. They're gonna patch in the create a custom championship. What is that? You had it in the last game. This looks literally like the same game. What is going on over there, man?
I don't know.
What is going on?
I don't know.
That's terrible.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Charles Monroe says, have you seen Pete Dunne's beard in 2K20? What is happening over there?
Goodness. Have not.
What is going on? Let's see if there's any other questions here. Let's see here. Anthony Tobias says, I read the 24/7 title is going to be a YouTube thing, but I can't remember where I saw that.
Well, it kind of already was anyway.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
More time for people like Buddy Murphy and Ali and Cedric Alexander.
Exactly.
And fake Charlotte. And Cricket Wireless Charlotte. Charlotte Wireless. You know what they said there at Cricket Wireless when they were like, what is this? Who is that Charlotte? What is that? They said, C'est la vie.
Que sera, sera.
Que sera, sera. Oh, man. Let's see here. Anything else? No, not really. All right, cool. So yeah, what are we talking about an overrun today?
Bullet Club reunion.
Oh yeah, big Bullet Club reunion in somebody's backyard.
Yeah, man.
Bullet Club barbecue with the OGs. Right? All right, cool. Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. So yeah, bonus episode. $1 patrons and YouTube channel members.
Yes.
You can check that out. We'll go live in about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or so. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Till next time. We'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.